What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Midnight Happy Hour with Monk, with Lou. What is going on? Yeah, it's your boys. I don't know what's going on. I had a hard reset all of a sudden. We're doing UFC Vegas 96. There we go, back on track. Kyle Borralho, Jared Cannonier. It's an interesting card. Tons of newcomers. We're changing it up a little bit this week because of all of the constant changes that we've had on the card. We had 10, 11 fights, and we went down to 9. Now it's 10. Now it's 11. Now we're back up to 12 with like 8 newcomers. Lou, you excited for this one? How are you doing?
I am looking forward to it being back down to 10 fights somehow by fight time, and everybody's lineups are ruined. Just saying hi to everybody in the chat. Big Steve lowering the median age. Not lowering it by much, dude. Ain't lowering it by much. Now he is. Big Steve's a lot younger than I thought. What's up, Josh, my dude? Danny Sullivan. Yeah, put in Borralho in every season. I don't care. We're going to talk about some contender series. We'll tell you guys what we're doing in a second. What's up, Barrick? Thank you guys for tuning in. Guys, we're going to do this a little different tonight. I don't know if it's that the card's terrible. Maybe we're a little burnt out because we had into our break. But not going to be like the typical. We're going to go over, Monk's going to do some DFS. I'm going to give like quick picks, breakdowns, like 10-minute job for the whole card. And then we're just opening up to you guys, man. Whatever you want to talk about. We'll talk about the card in 2 weeks. We'll talk about the contender series. We'll talk about shit that has nothing to do with the UFC. If you've watched this show before, within reason, Monk and I will probably answer any and all questions. So I'd rather not be combative. I've been in a lot of wars lately in this community. So I'd rather have like a nice, easy night. But yeah, I like the card a little more. I did the show at Wheezy last night. I did probability. Oh God! Look at immediately we get the Dolphins question. I mean, I'll answer it. I don't care. I'll answer it when I'm just gonna save all the questions.
Like Brady.
Here, I am gonna save all the questions you guys are asking in chat. And Kodal Khan. I'm starring all the questions you guys are asking. I just cut my fucking hair, dude. And by the way, when I say I just cut my hair, I mean an hour ago. I cut my hair. So I have lowered the hair quotient on the channel. But yeah, we'll just do it real quick. And then before we start, we had a wise guy comment, about Cortavius. I just want to say this. If you lost a bet on Cortavius, sorry to hear that. But Wheezy and I, when we interviewed him, dude, this guy was literally going to go homeless if he lost. He had a really tough year. Couldn't find fights. I don't care. I'm just happy he's in the UFC. I'm happy you won. It wasn't the greatest performance. I just don't give a shit. I'm just happy for my guy from knowing him. So really cool. I don't know who they match him up with. He really needs to improve a lot of things. Yeah. But hey, man, he's getting a chance, and I think that's really cool. And Steve, you would be surprised how fast my hair grows, and then it gets to a certain point, and then it fucking stops. But it gets dude, in a month I'll be like, oh my God, it's getting long. And then it's like that 6 months later, that's how long it is. It's just my hair quits. So yeah, we're
nice. A perfect 1 of 10.
And also, Steve, you should see the curtains and the drapes. The curtains and the carpet are a little different. See how the carpet grows. Very 70s style. You want to just start with some DFS stuff before I do my 10 minutes of breakdowns?
Oh, sure. Let's see here. So what fights are we targeting? I figure we could start there. Obviously, Zach Reese is a good one. He's not the most expensive. So the most expensive fighter is Kong Wang. Everybody Wang Kong tonight. 9,600 for her this week. It's probably worth it because she's fighting Victoria Leonardo, and you can tell me if she does anything well. I tend to disagree. But could be worth it this week. I mean, hell, I played what's-his-name at 9,800 last week, and old boy scored fucking 66 points. That was fantastic. So, where was I? Where'd he go? Zach Reese against Medina, minus 500 ITD. Zach Reese got slam KO'd by Brundage, but, overall he's scoring 7 points a minute. For what that's worth. He's not really in fights for very long. So hopefully we see an early finish. I also love, obviously, the Shabazian Mearshart fight. You're playing Mearshart because it's Mearshart, and that dude is not dead until he's dead. And even then, he's likely not dead. So you're playing him for the anytime finish if Shabazian makes a mistake, which he is prone to do, more of a stand-up guy. Both score very well in wins. Shabazian's better as far as that goes, but Mearshart, aren't we betting sub 3? What's sub 3 Mearshart? Have they figured it out? It's probably even money at
16,
this point.
16 to 1.
15 to 1. They've kind of
it was
figured it
16
out.
to 1 left. I looked. I got it up. I got all the odds up right now. I looked.
So yeah, that's decent. As for, there's so many newcomers, man. I'm a stat guy. We've got none of these guys have DWCS fights. They've all come off of tough. With the exception of Wayne Kong. Plus 3,000 for the fucking round 3 sub on Mearshart. So you're auto betting that for a sprinkle at least, maybe quarter unit. Yeah, so I don't have any stats for any of these people. I mean, Valentin is a favorite. Santos just won. He's a favorite. We've got, and then fucking Ramaska, Nathan Fletcher. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just going average ownership for DFS for these guys for the most part. I am interested in Kyle Borralho in the main event. Jared Cannonier, probably a little bit, but mostly Borralho, man. I'm obsessed with the fighting nerds. And the one I really wanted to talk to you about, Lou, because like I said, just from bottom to top, I mean, I'm on I like I don't know how to say this without sounding odd. I like Wang Kong for sure. Nunes Cavalcanti, I'm not too interested in. Maybe the Cavalcanti side, but that one we're about to talk about. Like I said, I like Zach Reese. The Bazookia Marshall, those are unnatural salaries. Bazookia was already salaried at 7,400. He was supposed to take on Danny Silva. I believe Silva dropped out. Now he's taking on Francis Marshall, who's I think 8,300, which if you're going by Marshall's salary, Bazookia should be 7,900. He's 74, so there could be some potential value there. But man, that guy is pretty much kill or be killed, and mostly be killed, at least in the UFC. So not great there. Oh, I also love Michael Morales this week. I know a lot of people are on, not a lot of people, a few people I've seen on Magny, or they don't trust Morales to put up a good score, which I totally get. He has not been scoring well at all, but man, this could be like a Carlos Prates situation, Lou, where everybody's like, oh, Li Jingling's never been knocked out. He's a vet, blah, 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 blah. This could be that type of situation with Magny. Magny loves to get finished. I know he loves to get subbed, and Morales is likely not subbing too many people. He's the stand-up guy going for the KO.
Well, I don't know. I know people that bet his sub every single time he fights, thinking he's going into that Ecuadorian wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
dude, his sub prop's not even like,
it's not crazy.
I think it's like 500. I don't know.
Well, it's because that's all Magny. I think Magny's got like 9 or so losses. Don't quote me. I don't have it pulled up at the moment, but like 5 or 6 of them they're all subs basically for the most part. So I do.
Magny versus a tough place, man. It's just you gotta quit the of it.
That dude has 32 UFC fights. Can you believe it? 32 UFC fights. What a journeyman, as they say. The Myron Santos Ofli fight, I don't know. I'm just going to be doing average ownership. Same with Valentin Loader. Obviously, I'll probably play more Valentin and more Santos than their opponents. Hill and Ricci, I don't really like that one. I do like Ricci, but Hill actually has been scoring very well lately, and she's been on quite a run. So she's almost 40 years old, but has shown no signs of slowing down. And I already mentioned the Borralho. Cannonier I'll play a little bit, but man, I think Borralho really has the chance to dominate that fight. But Lou, and if anybody has any other DFS questions, throw them in the chat. I love the Slavaclaus Yantop fight. I absolutely love that one. Yantop did not look good, obviously, against Chris Padilla in his last one as a huge favorite.
Say his name correctly.
Who?
Taco Padilla.
Taco Padilla. Yeah, sorry. I was like, I thought I said Yantop. Yeah, Taco Padilla. And Borshev, you don't know what fucking Borshev you're going to get. This dude allows 5.6 points per minute, or 5.5 points per minute, I should say. And in non-DFS terms, that's a shitload. He's getting pieced up all over the place. So I'm super excited for that one. What do you think about that fight specifically? And then you can get into whatever you want to talk about.
I was going to do fight to end in KO, but the under is just better. It's minus 125. Look, man, I love me some Slavaclaus in general, but it took a lot of damage against Chase. It's a quick turnaround. I don't think Yantop's all that, but I'm starting to wonder if you need to be all that to even land a big shot on on Borralho. At the same token, I think if it just stays on the feet, the striking's so slick. I think Borralho can get him out of there. So minus 125. I'd rather play that. If Borralho wins the decision, oh well. But
yeah, and that's not going to.
I gave away one of my plays that I like. One of my few plays. Well, let me rip through this.
It for me.
I'll rip through this in 10 minutes or less. No play on Kong Wang fight. It's a ridiculous line. I'm never betting Leonardo. The round 2 and round 3 numbers are like egregious. They're like plus 325 and plus 400. I just don't want, unless you're going to bet Wang by decision, I don't want any part of this fight.
Mm-hmm.
Ziggy played guitar, Ramaska, Nathan Fletcher. I don't have any thoughts or plays there. I got Cavalcanti money line, 1.9 units to win 1 against Nunez. I think just the reach is so much better. Very curious why her sub prop is priced so much shorter than her KO prop, considering she doesn't really. I mean, Nunez can get taken down, but I don't know. I don't see this fight really hitting the mat. So sort of surprised by that. At least I think Cavalcanti decision most likely. I talked about the Borralho fight. Medina and Reese. This line's crazy. I don't want any part of it. Like I might play Reese sub 1 at plus 400 small, but I mean, Medina is not good, and this is supposed to be a setup fight for Reese, but I don't know, man. And by the way, common misnomer that Reese's cardio is going to be bad. We don't know. We still don't have no
idea.
So I don't want to assume
his cowboy hat off and the fight's over.
Right. I don't want to assume that Reese has bad cardio, but I think a takedown will be there, and then so the sub 400 is a terrible number, but
yeah,
might make a small play there. Bazooka Marshall. I lean Marshall just because the grappling equity, but I don't want any part of this fight.
What a shit fight.
I think Bazooka is at least pretty tough. The Emmers fight's an outlier, him getting bonked, but
wasn't Bazooka the one that Emmers KO'd in a minute?
Okay, here's the one you're going to hate. I don't know if Dogfather's still hanging around, but I have a feeling this is a bet he's going to like. Edmund Shabazian by decision. I know it seems like a crazy fucking thing here.
For him to see that.
For him to win a decision, it's plus 600. People are just assuming it's like, Shabazian round 1 or bust, and then G3 round 3. There's a path here where this fight could look a lot like the Jotko fight, where it's one-way traffic on the feet, and Mearshart just doesn't get knocked out. Mm-hmm. And his grappling entries are crappy. Okay, then Evan's a pretty smart guy. I mean, and when I did probability, Weezy and I were looking, and he goes, it's the best value on the card according to the template. So I could see a way where, yeah. Well, you have to bet the round 3 style.
Of course.
Auto bet. But the Edmund decision's interesting. I just think it's one-way traffic on the feet in terms of the volume, in terms of the optics. And Mearshart, his grappling's not great. So what's up, Blonde Dog? So as long as he stays out of trouble on the ground, I think he could win the first 2 rounds, and then you get, and then if you have Mearshart sub, you're like, great. If it goes distance, I win. If Mearshart subs him, I win. Tremendous. All right, what's next here? Morales Magny. I think Morales decision happens. I'll give a little breakdown on this. I said last night, if you look at Magny's last couple of fights, even the Malott fight, he was phantom checking because Ian Gary fucked his legs up, and Ian Gary should have put him away. Should have just kept kicking his leg. Stopped. Phil Rowe, half the strikes he landed in that god awful low volume fight were leg kicks. Magny's just not really checking kicks anymore. He's susceptible to them. The problem is you look at Morales and at least at the UFC level, he's really not throwing a lot of leg kicks. So he's probably going to box. I doubt he's going to really want to grapple a tremendous amount, because that's kind of where Magny that's where the Magny-verse happens, and he just gets him against the cage and he's whatever. So I think Morales decision, it's plus money. I think it's plus 120. I haven't gotten there yet. I'll tell you right now. Morales decision. That's minus 110 now. Never mind.
I don't know. Morales is throwing 1.1 leg kicks per minute. 18.
Yeah, he had one fight where he had one fight. I think it was the Fugit fight.
Oh, is that it? Oh, yeah.
So, Yeah, on the last couple of fights, he hasn't been doing it. I mean, it should be there. Anybody that fights Magny at this point should be throwing a lot of leg kicks. But Offley and Santos, I lean Offley for two reasons. Number one, I do think he probably has a grappling path here. Also, he's fighting in the Hex Fight Series, where all the top pros come from. So I'm kidding about that, but I'm pretty sure the guy in the Contender Series that just won in the first round submission was fighting in Hex. I could be wrong. I got an Australian in the chat. I'm sure I got a couple of Australians in the chat. So I'm sure they'll correct me here, but I don't really care that much about this fight. Loader and Valentin. I see a lot of people. This is the Twitter fight where everybody is on Loader and the line keeps moving away.
Yeah, I was wondering that.
Side. He is the Hex champ. Okay, look, I got something right for once. Okay, so he's in. Yeah, Australian MMA is. Wait till Big Steve gets his title shot. Just remember, we live in a world where Chepe Mariscal and Jesus Aguilar will be getting title shots next year. They will work their way out. So anything is possible.
Let's go.
I think I like Valentin KO here. I think on the feet he's just crazier. He hits harder. I think his takedown defense is at least serviceable. So he's got decent judo. So I don't know if he keeps the fight upright for the majority of it. I think eventually he can find a finish. I like the under as well. I think Loader, if he does get takedowns, could probably submit Valentin, but not. All right, and then the co-main event, Angie Hill Ricci. This is my lock of the week.
Oh,
I am so bad at betting women's fights this year, and the only thing I'm worse at is betting co-main events. So we get the double whammy here. And I like Hill pretty big, and Pepe likes Ricci. So I'm going to tell you, Ricci is probably a 20-unit bet, and that she can get takedowns. I'm telling you right now, because I feel pretty strong that Hill would win. So I'm just going to bet Ricci. Like, I don't mush these bets. It's the reads that are bad. It's not mushing. Because whenever I go completely against my instincts in these co-mains, I win.
Right.
It's like I'm like Costanzing myself. Main event, Cannonier and Kaio. I like Cannonier. I like Cannonier decision. It's a bonkers number. It's like plus 550 to 600 wherever you shop. I don't know. Like, Kaio's not the archetype of guy that really has troubled Cannonier and beat him. It's these really quick, fast strikers like Whitaker, like Adesanya, like Imamov, guys that work the body. Like Imamov worked the body. I know people are going to, everybody this week's complaining it was a quick stoppage. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like the Algeo stoppage where he got hit like 10 to 12 times. Yeah, he was throwing stuff back after like the 10th or 12th one, but I mean, his eyes he was stumbling back. So look, I had a bet on Cannonier in that fight. I hated it, but I don't think it was like the worst. It's not like the most egregious stoppage that I've ever seen in my life.
No. Dude,
but here's the thing.
Whining about the submission stoppage this week. I'm sick of hearing people bitch about stoppages.
Kaio's another guy. He doesn't really do a lot of body work with his strikes. He's either going to go for takedowns or he's going to headhunt or he's going to kick. So if he's not going to work the body, I think Cannonier's cardio should be all right here. I mean, people make a big deal about like the age gap. I get it. But strength of schedule, it's not even comparable. 5-round experience, not comparable. At this price, I think it's crazy. If Kaio can't get takedowns, I mean, who's the last guy that really, like, Brunson dominated for 1 round and he gassed out against Cannonier. But other than that, I mean,
he didn't get any takedowns on Abus.
Unless you think Kaio's going to just like rinse and repeat for 4 out of 5 rounds, like not even 3, like just absolutely get him down, backpack him. I don't know how he covers this number unless that's what you think he does. And I'm not ruling it out. But every minute this is on the feed, I think Cannonier has the moments. He's certainly the better boxer. I mean, I think he's going to have more volume even at this age. So I like Cannonier decision as another wide prop. And that is my entire breakdown for this card. And we have a couple of questions in the chat if you'd like to get to them.
Let's do it.
I'm going to answer this real quick. Yes, I am the eternal optimist for Manchester United. I think we beat Brighton 2-1. I'm telling you, I like this. And also we got Liverpool the week after. So that game is a revenge spot for Liverpool, and it's going to be very terrifying. Do we want to answer this? I'll answer it. I don't give a shit. But if you don't want to answer it, I understand.
You go ahead.
What's up, Easy?
Easy.
Well, I'm not voting for Kamala Harris. Is how I'll answer that.
Kamala. There you go.
I don't want to vote for Trump at all, but
it's the douche in the turd sandwich.
I mean,
you know,
like if I had to pick one, at least Trump's like hilariously entertaining.
That's like, true.
Keeps everybody on their toes. So also, I think like
just at least before you vote this year, just ask yourself while you're about to vote, how did we get here? And then just move on. Just ask that and then just move on.
I mean, I like the idea that people are afraid to do anything because they're like, they just know that Trump's insane. Like, I like that. Like, if there's like a 5'2" crazy dude at the bar, you don't fuck with that guy because the guy, it's like the unpredictability factor.
Right.
Like, you buy him a drink and you're like, thanks, boss.
Like, I'll watch you fuck somebody up later.
And that's basically what Trump being in office is. He's the 5'2" crazy guy that has like a crossbow. He doesn't have a gun. He has he has like a mace from like the 1400s.
I don't like all of John Mulaney's jokes, but he is the horse in the hospital. There's a horse in the hospital, Lou.
Oh, Mulaney's funny. He
is. He was great in what's the fucking food show? What's the food show with? Oh, Jesus Christ! That I was gonna get you to The Bear. He was great in The Bear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was really good. Yeah. There we go. That answers that question.
Monk, hold on. Monk, you can steal my move. Pass. I pass.
Yeah. And you can't even say you're passing in the election because you'll get shit for that too. So
I should have said RFK. Go
ahead. There you go. Jill Stein.
Looks like Juicy Q has something for us, Monk.
Juicy Q. How far up are we going?
It's right at the bottom.
Right there.
You're the one that started.
This one. I've just been starring the questions. And we're doing them in order, Lou. In order as they come.
I answered this one 3. Specifically 3.
It would have to be. Like, what could Leonardo possibly do? Her stats are absolutely just atrocious.
I mean, I'll give you her path. I can give you her path.
What, Kong Wang shits herself in the fucking cage?
I can give you 2 of her paths. That is now one of them. I mean, if she has like a debut issue, like adrenaline dump, something after 1 round, and Leonardo, like, I don't know. I'm just saying that would be the path.
Right.
The path is not Leonardo looking good. The path is Kong Wang looking like the stars are too bright, like the lights are too bright.
Right. For sure. Here's a good one. A younger me would have said ribs all day because that's the obvious answer. But the true answer is burnt ends. And it's not close. It's not close.
Yeah, and I also think that's an age thing too.
Yeah.
They're easy. They're so easy.
Now that you said that it's an age thing, that's what my dad was the one that was like, try these as a kid. And I was like, oh, this is burnt. Now I'm like, give me that burnt shit.
Not only that, but burnt. Like, ribs, you got to pick all that shit out of your teeth and like it's a fucking mess.
Fucking messy everywhere.
Like, no mess. This is easy. You're getting the meat. Like, it's perfect.
Yeah. Now, if we're talking chicken wings, I'm still going bone in. Boneless is just a chicken nugget. All right.
Do you like them? Do you like the wings like extra crispy, or do you like them like?
Yes. If they're not crispy, I don't fucking want it.
I have an air fryer, and look, the air fryer in general is great. The problem is, say I make wings for Melanie and me. All right. Like, let's say you're gonna make 10 wings. Like, really, you want to make 20, like each. Just
of course.
Put that out there. Okay. Well, it takes like 25 minutes in the air fryer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't put 40 wings in the fucking air fryer. So it's like,
why not?
Do you want 10? I'd be like, hey, do you want 10 wings half an hour from now? Because if so, I'll like start. But now that all that being said, the way they come out is excellent.
Yeah, the air fryer. I mean, come on. Give
I
that
love
guy
when they're like, I have a great air fryer recipe. I'm like, let me guess, 400 degrees for 10 minutes. That's every fucking recipe. There ain't no, trust me, there ain't no technique.
No. You start with 400 degrees for 10 minutes. If it's not burnt, go another 5 minutes. Just get like complain all week, and then on fight day, just watch the fights like you always do. That's what I do. I'm like, this card sucks. This is awful. Who would even watch this? Me. I'm watching it from start to finish. That's right. But I never complain about cards like after. I honestly don't know the last time I watched a card and I was like, that was a terrible card. I don't remember that at all. So I'm always happy for fights. It's the week after. There's going to be absolutely no fights. That's when it sucks. I mean, the week is good because I don't have to do any content, but Saturday really fucking sucks, honestly, without fights.
It's different for me because as soon as the fights are over, like even last week, fights are over at like 1:30 in the morning here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already working on the next day's soccer. Like I'm capping the next day, and I'm like, how do I want to do it? So the thing is, for me, it's like my problem is like, how do I go to sleep? Because like typically I'm like trying to like, especially when I'm like, because with soccer, I'm like this. With soccer, I do like a lot of math. Like I have formulas I use, and I'm like, I have like a CLV trophy and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They shit me from all my losses, but yeah, for me, it's like I'm just right on to the next thing. Like, oh, what's up, Dev? Long time no see, brother. Yeah. So like, it's weird. Like I've said this before. It's crazy how the MMA community is unique in that so many people only bet MMA and don't really touch other sports. Whereas, like, if you bet the NFL, you probably bet baseball. You probably bet basketball. Like, you dabble in everything. Like, you bet college football. Like, you bet other. So, like, it's weird that like MMA guys, like, I mean, maybe you'll bet like LFA, you'll bet like other regionals, like shit like that. But for the most part, like a lot of MMA guys are like, no, I just take the week off from gambling, and I'm like, why? Why don't you just don't want to gamble?
You're like, what? Who's the guy that you follow? John. I follow him too. I see him.
High slop.
Dude, he's always like, it's always like deep
like
thoughts
Confucius.
with Jack Handy, but for gambling. It's so funny.
He's like fucking Confucius, man.
Yeah.
So the guy's like, I have $150. Should I parlay it? Should I parlay it or get groceries? He's like, yeah, well, you should parlay it because then think about how many groceries you can pay for when it is. Like, he's great.
I saw that one.
He says, so "Oh, all right, hold on. Let's give our boy some shine." One of my favorites.
I took a nap before this, so I'll be up.
Steve said Dogfire and I are giving him some strays, but we do it out of love. Big Steve's obviously one of the guys I respect the most. His reads, and by the way, he is a true professional gambler when he makes bets because he's disciplined and he knows. Like, we bust his balls for like he's passing. That's what a pro does.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need to force it. Like, so I respect the way Steve bets a lot. And he said it's going to be a special show, something different, original idea. So he said 3 hours. So 3:30 a.m. Head over to Big Steve MMA, give him a sub. Lou endorsed, Monk endorsed.
Yep.
Also, he loves when you give him strays in chat. So Dev likes the Wang KO at -123. Is that what it currently is? Oh yeah, because they have. Yeah, it is.
You can bring up the.
No, it was the ITD that I was like, that's a crazy number.
Oh yeah, the ITD's like -500 or some shit.
Yeah, it's plus 105.
It's -215. I was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, let me put that. He's got Cavalcanti. I don't know. We just talked about that, man. It's weird that it's priced the way it is. So I get it. Hold on, I'm marking some of these up. Dogfather just tails me on some of these bets, so he doesn't need to worry about that.
That's what I do. Every once in a while, I'm like, hey Lou, what's going on for soccer today?
Big Steve likes the KO if the under 1.5 happens. Valentin KO. I like that too. I gave that away earlier. All right, let's get to the next questions, sir. Here's one for you. Here's one for you in your stocking.
Oh, am I? over the last 12 weeks. That is a very specific stat that I was not tracking.
Well, you got the Aguilar one on the DFS show. You were like,
oh,
what'd you
that's
say?
true.
You had
Okay.
a dream?
A fever dream. Everybody else picked Nickel. I was like, I got Aguilar round 1 Gilly. And then he fucking jumps Gilly. Yeah, I'd have to look. I didn't do, usually I do my picks and shit for the Wednesday show, but there was no Wednesday show this week, so I have not done my picks yet. Maybe I'll look at it here. Let me just pull up the old website. I'll look at it through the show. I'll get back to you. How's that? What am I even looking up here? Fight odds. Yeah, so I'll get back to you. Here we go. Lou is gone. Next question is Apple TV. Here we go. Apple TV equivalent to early 2000s. I don't know. I've heard a lot of shit talking about Apple TV. I personally don't have it. I tried to sign up for it like twice on my iPhone, and for some reason it didn't let me. So it kept giving me error message or some shit, so I didn't do it. I know there's a bunch of shit like Presumed Innocent. I don't know any of these shows, to be honest. What's the one? Slow Horses, I heard good shit about. Maybe I got to get me some Apple TV. However,
it had Ted Lasso. Who cares? It had Ted Lasso. That's
but what is? I heard that was not great after like a season. I didn't watch it. I shouldn't say anything.
Well, you heard wrong, bitch. You heard wrong.
Either way, there's Ted Lasso can't be as, I mean, early 2000s HBO. Let me just list off some of these shows, Lou. Oz.
You're gonna name the greatest. You're gonna name the greatest comedy of all time when you make this list. And we were just talking about Oz in the Discord, Big Steve.
Oz is one.
Prison rape is timeless. Timeless topic.
Deadwood. 6 Feet Under, which I didn't watch, but has a huge fan base. The Sopranos. Ever heard of it? The Wire. Rome. Definitely watch that if you haven't seen it. Band of Brothers. Carnival, which I really liked. Who else? Fuck Entourage. Curb, if you're into that whole thing. That's just the ones that are listed. So I don't know if I don't think I named the one. But
you didn't even name my favorite.
It doesn't compete with Apple TV, or Apple TV doesn't compete with it.
How about, and Josh and I were just talking about this last night. How about Eastbound and Down?
Oh yeah. What was that? That was a 2000. Yeah, for sure. Eastbound and Down is amazing.
Best line of that whole series. I got the mind of a scientist and the cock of a fucking Burmese python.
Oh, so good. They cancel. Oh, Boardwalk Empire. That wasn't early 2000s, but you got to watch that shit too.
Excellent.
I'm about
show.
to go rewatch
he wants to know where the graphics are. We're taking questions right now.
Yeah,
that's all we're doing.
You get one graphic this week, and there it is. It's on the thing.
My plums. It's in my plums.
Taking them to the farmer's market, dude. I could watch the outtake clip of that just over and over again.
Like just a tremendous stupid show. You goddamn right I hit you in the fucking eye.
So good. Yeah, I miss those days, man. HBO, we used to fucking go over to all the boys would get together, go over to one of our houses and watch Sopranos, watch whatever came on after that. Drink beers. Oh, what a day. And then you go out to the bars after that. Fucking Sundays used to mean something in this country. That's it for that one.
I got to answer some wrestling stuff.
Do it. I just threw one up there. I assume this is wrestling. I have no idea.
I think you have to have Axiom and Frazier finally split up. I don't have much to really add on that. I don't give a fuck about tag team wrestlings. I do care about this. Do I find Rhea Ripley hot? Big time.
Yeah, I do know who that is.
Yeah,
she's attractive.
That is my speed, and the best part is she's feuding with this girl from New Jersey named Liv Morgan.
Seems smart as well.
She's good looking, that's fine. But every time I hear her talk, I only think of one thing: shut up, Meg. Like that's who she sounds like, is Meg Griffin, and it disgusts me. Will picking up. I mean, look,
can't hurt.
I will say this. For me, nothing pairs better with Friday Eredivisie first half blind over 1.5s than sitting at a bar. And nothing goes better with sitting at a bar than having a cigarette. and having
That's
a little
true.
couple of darts in your hand. So, is this, like, let's say it's not financial advice. I would say it's a very expensive habit at this point. Do you know what cigarettes cost a pack in Pennsylvania? Let's take a guess.
Shit, no. I mean, are they $15?
No, if you go to a casino, they're over $20 because they know you're
Oh
never.
my
They're not
god!
because they know you're going to pay it. But
Right.
I will tell you guys, since I am old as shit. When I was 17, you could get a pack of Marlboros for about $1.80,
Shit.
and you get a pack of Jacks, which were like the worst fucking cigarettes ever, for 99 cents.
Oof.
I smoked Marlboro Black Reds because they
Oh.
were on sale for basically 2 years. They're like between reds and mediums. Well, I'm not smoking ultralights, dude. If I'm gonna smoke, I'm gonna fucking smoke. And they're $9.80. $9.82 to be specific at any Wawa in the area.
I
So
used to smoke
they're a
back
lot.
in the day, but it was like $4 in North Dakota for a pack of Parleys. But the last pack I bought wasn't for me; it was for some dude I worked with back in the day. And I was leaving. He was like, "Go grab me a pack." He handed me a 10. He told me to grab him some American Spirits. I was like, "Oh, I mean, I knew what those were, but they were just starting to get like super popular." And I thought they were going to be like $6, dude. I gave him, his change was 17 cents. And I was like, holy shit, this shit costs $10 now. It's fucking insane. A day. I love this. Let the boy watch. There it is.
Yeah,
now it makes sense.
Dogfather. And also, if you guys haven't seen the hottest Monday show about UFC on the market, Fight Factor.
That's true.
People have said everything to this show is awesome to Dogfather is the most rizzed out rizzer to ever have rizzed
Riz
on
Lord.
YouTube.
Is this show good? I watched like 2 seasons and I thought that I love Cillian Murphy, but other than that, I mean, is it worth? Should I like finish it? Should I start it over?
I thought it was good. I'm not like I don't need to see it again, but it was good. I would recommend. You know what? I got a show to recommend, but it's a little more on the serious side. I think I've told you, but Under the Banner of Heaven was on.
Is that with the dude who's crying? He always looks like he's about to cry.
Andrew Garfield.
Yep, that's him. He always looks like he's about to cry.
That was a documentary about the Mormon murders in the 80s. And
I did watch that.
Really good. But coming back to Hulu next month, season 2, The Old Man.
They made another season.
Never seen the first season? It's
The Big
Jeff
Lebowski,
Bridges, and John Malkovich, and it's like a CIA Catch Me If You Can thriller.
Was Malkovich was in that?
Not Malkovich, Lithgow. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, and maybe from Arrested Development.
And it's tremendous. It's so good. So
I remember the first episode was super good.
Couple of weeks, season 2's like I got my dad watching it, and he's like, and my dad's in his 80s, and he didn't know where the fuck he is half the time at this point in his life.
Well, that's old man TV.
Oh, he's like, oh, this is exactly what I want.
That's if Jack Reacher was an old man. This is perfect.
Like my dad loved Person of Interest, and I'm like I did too. I mean, it's a little long. Like they could have cut some of the episodes, but yeah, my dad loves shit like that. So I'm like, oh, you'll like The Old Man, and he's like, then I have to show him how to use the fucking TV. I'm like, it's on demand. The what? The huh?
Here we go.
What we got next?
I don't know. Probably Alien 2, probably. Everyone says that.
I don't know. This is not my. I know.
Or Aliens. I said Alien 2. Aliens.
This is not my.
They're good. I want to see the new one. Bushwhackers, baby. Yeah, but I remember the Bushwhackers. See, she does look like she would enjoy that. I don't like that, man. I don't want. That's what I was gonna say. She looks like she would enjoy like crushing your nutsack. I'm not into that.
I am. I would say thank you. Man.
I thought you meant I am. I am into that.
Let's go, dude. I'm into some weird shit like that. Very, very hot.
Who is this? Who is this? Can I Google
Shotzi
it?
Blackheart is. I mean, if you think Rhea's hot, Shotzi's like Vietnamese and like tattooed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let me just close this down real quick.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Moving on.
There we go. Nicotine will. That's true. That is true. That's probably also true. That's hilarious. Makes sense. Yeah, it does. I don't know. I always hated Cracker Jacks, to be honest.
I mean, there's
I don't
so
know.
many better things to eat now.
I don't know if that's a hot take, but I was like, what the fuck is this? Like
the snack market has
1950s ass
improved.
candy.
Dude, the snack market has grown leaps and bounds since fucking.
Dude, it's like it's like you eating Good and Plenty's too. Like, oh, jeez.
I will say that I mean, I would definitely fuck with some Fun Dip. If like
Fun Dip. I don't know if I ever. I don't know what this comment is, but I'll put it on the screen.
I don't know, but speaking of Jizz Lord, Jizz Hornkamp is currently injured. But you know who's not injured, Monk? You know
Phil
who's not injured? Phil fucking Tits. Saturday, anytime goal scorer, plus 185. Let's go.
Why are they still giving you plus 185 on that shit?
Because they're idiots and they hate the power of tits.
Oh, here's a question.
Oh yeah.
I think it's up there. Look for it's not best show ever, but best season of a show. It's fucking up there, dude. It is up there.
It's a great season. It's not best season of a show ever.
It's up there. It's so good. Reggie Ledoux did this shit.
Wayward Pines season 1 was really good.
I don't know that one.
It was the actual source material. It was really good.
The Wire season 3. Spoiler alert.
I don't talk about seasons of The Wire. The show on the whole.
Yeah, but season 3 was banging. Stringer, Brother Mouzone, the Rizzler. There he is, there.
We missed some of our new buddies in the chat. What's up, Bossy? What's up, Subhuman? Conspicuous by his absence, because I see Subhuman, is Mr. Gregory. Mr. Steve Gregory is conspicuous.
Oh yeah. This is the show tonight, guys. Get your fucking questions in. We're not unless you have a question about the fights, get it in.
Okay,
this is the show tonight. We're going another fucking 20 minutes.
Cheesy and underrated funny show.
Which one is
on
that?
TBS? It was really funny. It was wrecked, and it had nobody famous in it except the Australian guy who was in Flight of the Conchords.
Which one?
Something or other. I can't remember.
I don't know this show at all.
It was terrible, but it was like so terrible that it actually like worked. It was like a modern Gilligan's Island.
Oh, Reese Darby, he's fucking good.
It was like he was Aussie Steve or whatever in that. He was funny, or Kiwi Steve. He was funny as shit. It was a funny show, but it was dumb.
He's hilarious.
Like they had a whole episode about who played, like they were trapped in a cave and arguing about who played the bad guy in The Mummy, and the one guy's like, I can't believe you think it's Arthur Vosloo. Like he's like I can't. I thought we were like getting to be friends. He's like, I can never be friends with somebody who thinks it was Arthur Vosloo. I only know that name because he was like the bad guy.
That's funny.
24. Arrested Development was fucking.
Oh
tremendous.
Yeah, so good. Lucille, come on. Lucille, Anyang.
Old Man season 2. Aussie knows. Aussie's fucking guy.
HBO Hookers at the Point documentary. I miss those days. That's for sure.
This is not a show. I didn't watch the other dragon thing. I don't watch. It looks like I don't watch a lot of shows with dragons. Going through my watch history.
Look, so I never grew up like reading that. I was never into fantasy as they called it, but I did watch Game of Thrones a couple of times. I do watch House of. I don't know why. I think it's because the writing is so good. Probably.
Well, guy Pepe, I just shouted him out.
Lucifer.
His ears.
Who put China? I saw China up for a second.
Juicy. He's a maniac.
Oh my goodness. That's
yeah.
Oh my
and by the way, I mean this is like so you don't know what Fun Dip is?
Is he? Yeah, I do. Is he dipping it with you using the bars as the dipper?
Oh, there he is. There he is. Just say his name.
Oh, I do like Ben Kingsley. That's right. He appears.
He's like Joe Hendry. Say his name and he appears.
Sir Ben Kingsley, I do believe, though.
I also enjoyed. I also enjoy that.
Brother Mouzone was that guy. Hell yeah. Fucking Brother Mouzone's the best.
The name was Billy Zane.
Billy Zane. Was he the? No, he wasn't the. Wait, was he?
No, I think the whole argument from that like episode again, like it was such a bad show.
I was gonna say Arnold Vosloo was indeed the bad guy in the Mummy.
I was just the whole
It's that's a good pull. That's like in that's a good name pull. Like in Sonny when he asked him to do the impression, he's like, I could do a good CCH Pounder. It was like, who the hell is CCH Pounder?
I like messaging Dogfather on Discord also because I can just send him like nonsense, and then if he doesn't respond, I'm like, oh, is this what it took? Like, did I go over the top now? He's like, no. I want to know more about what Big Steve's doing later. I want to know this creativity.
I don't know about Titanic.
No, it's not for me.
Oh yeah, she was married to Billy Zane. That's what he's talking about.
I think the last movie that
Billy
I watched
Zane. What was the superhero movie Billy Zane was in? The Phantom? Was he in The Phantom?
I don't know. Like I said, the last movie I watched was like Anal Orgies 19, I think. I'm not a big movie guy per se. You know,
he was The Phantom.
Well, I mean, obviously Pepe would be a huge Always Sunny guy. I mean, like,
it's such a good show. It's so good.
See, he knows. Yeah, because I don't ignore me, bitch. Like, what are you doing? All I'm sending is comedy gold. Do not ignore it.
That's true. It was Phantom. I knew it.
As far as this goes, like, dude, I like. Do you have like a favorite Sunny episode, or because I have like one that's kind of off the board, funny. Like, there's a lot of funny moments, but I have one that like nobody talks about that I think is the funniest episode of the show.
Honestly, the two that are coming to mind, one is Charlie McDennis. The other one is the where they're trying to prove or disprove evolution. And he's like, well, how many? The scientists are in fact dumb. Those are the ones that I really remember.
There's an episode from like, I want to say it's season 12, but the whole episode is based on a $2 scratch off ticket.
I don't know if I've seen that many. I don't know if I've seen all of them.
So there's a whole thing where like it gets dropped and Mac picks it up and something's about to hit him and Frank yells,
"Oh yes,
faggot!" And
yeah,
then,
I did see this.
And so they go to they spend like all but $2 on arbitration because they go through all these arbitrators.
Oh,
he's got the Ass Pounder 3000 bike.
Oh, that's so true. What a good episode that is.
He's like, Mac, do I have to get the bike?
The bike with the fist on it, bro.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you think it's a penis? He goes, no, it's a fist. They're like, oh. That's just like, that to me is one of the more, it's just perfect for every character. And then they're like, well, let him have this one for now. They're like, also, he still sucks. Not because he's gay. Man. No, he still just fucking sucks.
Like, right.
That episode is like so fucking perfect, and it's like one of the underrated. I mean, Rum Ham is obviously.
Yeah, but why would Danny DeVito yell that? It's so funny, dude.
What, Rum Ham?
No, when he yells at him across the street.
Oh, because he's like, I mean, we all
know. Funny though. It's so funny because he's never said that in the show before. So for that to happen is just amazing.
Okay. Oh, here's a good. Oh, we're switching. Here's a good question.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Let's pull up the old UFC rankings. How's that? Let's go into the old lightweight division.
Well, he's only going to have one fight the rest of the year.
Exactly.
And he may not. If he's not cleared, he says he's going to fight. But
who's he going to fight though? Sarukian again? I mean, probably he's the number one. He's beaten like everybody on this list.
Yeah, I mean, like again, there's possibility he doesn't fight. If he does, I mean,
come on. But that still cashes Damari's. What's the number on this? It's got to be like minus fucking 500, right?
Yeah. Oh my God, we got a first timer in the chat. My guy, the guy Lucky Locks is here.
I don't even know how to say that shit.
What, Matthias Delict?
There you go.
Oh my God. So United made all these signings from Bayern Munich. Like he's going to fit in really well. Unfortunately, for all my United fans out there, of which you'd be surprised how many are in the chat. Easy, Big Steve, Lucky, at least those three are United fans. The problem is, Lucky, that this has unfortunately made McTominay expendable. And Scott McTominay is a soccer player even you would like, Monk, because he's not that great. He's okay. He's like, he plays way better than his actual talent, but he will fuck you up if you come over the middle. If you come near him, he has no qualms about just blasting you into space.
Bill Lambier elbow.
No, I mean, they're all like, he'll get a yellow card here and there, but like, they're all legal shots, but like, he is like the brute force guy they need.
Nice.
So like, he's expendable now. And here's the funny thing. He's Scottish, and Scotland is like not known for being great at soccer, but on the national team, he's like one of their two best guys, and like, it shows. So yeah, those are my thoughts about that. Go ahead. We can move on from the soccer. I'm getting another smoke.
Real quick. Damari says it's minus 135 for Islam to be champ. If that's the case, whether he fights or not, and you cash that ticket, I mean, yeah. And no, I'm not counting out Dan Hood, but he's not going to beat Islam, right? I mean, minus 135 seems pretty fucking safe to me, or that bet seems pretty safe to me.
I mean, it's going to be what, three fights at most?
Did he say the end of 24 or 25?
He said 24, but if it's 24, it's going to be like minus 80,000.
Yeah, exactly.
You know why you don't do it? Because you can just bet something like tomorrow. Why bet something that you get paid off on January 1st and you can get paid tomorrow?
There's some
John High
logic. Exactly. My initial jump on this question is overrated, but I think he's probably rated fine. I think he's probably peaked, much like I have several years ago. But yeah, I think he's probably peaked, to be honest.
I think Edward. I think this whole division's about to get turned on its head very soon.
Yeah. I made some, I guess you could call it engagement farming. Some comment about how Borralho was going to have a ton of title defenses, but I think Shavkat might have something to say about that. And yeah, that's when the division gets completely turned on its head. Soon as Shavkat wins, this older guard is gone. It's going to get crazy. Yeah, Rafi for the league for sure.
Dude, he's talking about murder boners and shit. Like,
yeah.
The funny thing is everything he's in, Jason Manazakis is in, he's playing like kind of a similar. Like, I feel like he's not playing as extreme as Rafi.
In Brooklyn Nine-Nine, he was like,
Memento's insane, right?
Yeah. He's like, Adrian. He's like, you just fake sniff it like this. And he's like, you really did. He's like, wait, let me try it again.
What? No, he's like, he can only play like, but he plays that kind of psycho so well that like.
Yeah. Manzukis is great. Minus 135 at the end of 2025.
I'm putting this up. I don't give a shit.
Probably. Probably, but
this was literally
going to be in that division.
This is literally what he said on air. This is literally right. Even the Black Indian ice cream looked at Mac. They all knew.
They all knew. Oh yeah, there was a piano involved. That's right. I forget about the piano. That's so funny. Oh, Pepe, come on. Where you don't go break in my heart. I mean, maybe for the amount of hype that's on him. I mean, yeah, nobody's as good as everyone says he is, but
do you know why
he's still pretty fucking good?
I would say no. I know that he struggled in the Jeff Neal fight a little bit. Like, just the thing that I like about him is if it's not going his way in one area, or he's not like he's happy to go to the grappling and like, dude, he seems super tough. Like, I don't know, man. And he's got like, I hate talking about aura, but like, if any motherfucker in the UFC has aura, dude, he is just an intimidating fucking guy. And like, he's just a nightmare matchup because like,
for everyone,
if you're like an elite grappler, like what would Colby Covington do? He would just die like immediately. Like, and if you're like an elite striker, like, I mean, even like, I think he could have outstruck Wonder Boy.
He's so like, tall and rangy.
He's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just chucking. Like, he didn't give a shit. He's like, okay.
Yeah. He's like, so tall and rangy. He's crazy.
His fight IQ is good. He's so athletic. He's well-rounded.
He
like,
doesn't rush.
I mean, Senko like wants to do him.
Yeah, bad. I mean, can you blame her? Guy's a fucking animal.
Do you know? I know who this is. Do you?
I don't. Let me go to our good old friend Elon's website.
Everything. Let's put it this way: without even looking, you see his name there.
Yeah.
You can hear that in his tweets.
Well, he's got Drickus and Ilya.
It's like, let's go! Yeah.
Oh, he's like the Costco guys for UFC. Chocolate chunkin' fucking cookie. I'm sorry I did that. Oh, I want to inform everyone that Mike seasoned his steak with stop it. Mike seasoned his steak with bagel seasoning. Very good.
I have a criticism for Pepe, although it may be a criticism for Evan more than Pepe. Pepe put out a video today on their channel, and they were doing the walking bet that large-breasted woman does, Taylor Mathis.
Yeah, right.
And she doesn't watch the show. I don't care. And Pepe showed none of his tits. Nothing. He showed nothing.
See, he talks about glazing, doesn't even give us an opportunity to glaze him. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck is that, bro?
I mean, the breakdown was great, but the lack of tits really lowered it from like.
Why do you think we're tuning in, bro?
Solid B. Favorite haircut? Oh,
Zalgis Zumagulov.
I was gonna say like a
or Verna. Verna. Oh, just general.
Yeah. Can we put Damari's question up?
Yeah.
You want to start this one?
Tough.
Or I mean,
what?
This is easy for me. I mean, the K is easy. The K is easy.
Yeah, the K. I don't know, man.
Nina Drama. I would, Oh, wait.
I don't know, bro. All right, I'm thinking.
Wait, hold on. Is it
I'm
murder,
thinking,
kill? What?
Yeah, fuck, marry, kill. No, fuck, marry, kill.
Oh,
kill.
Okay.
You're killing. I'm killing Nina. I'm killing Nina. I know everybody's gonna kill Minty. I'm killing Nina, and I'm marrying Minty Betts. There we go. That's how we're doing this.
Yeah, same for me, man. I mean,
nice. I feel like that was the underrated way to go with that.
I mean, let's put it this way. Let's say you're like, babe, I feel like getting hammered and going to the bar and watching like Division II college football and want to bet it. She'd be like, let's go.
No,
like,
she would say that to you, babe. I want to go go to the casino and yeah, babe, sure, I'm coming with. It'd be great.
He's that Trent guy is,
Now I guess I gotta watch now. Shit.
I mean, this is
Hold on. Who's $80? Where are you eating in America, Steve?
He's on the West Coast, so.
Oh well. I mean, that shit is halfway underwater. That's probably why you're getting charged so much. Pot stickers, dude. Pot stickers are not the same as raviolis. No, raviolis don't have fucking cabbage in them.
Is everybody in chat just using the K on Nina here? Like, is there anybody who's like, I don't know.
I figured everybody would use the K on Minty. Everybody hates. I always see so much hate for Minty.
He's not single for long with this attitude. Look, let me tell you, when you buy somebody a beer at a bar, they appreciate when you say, hey, don't thank me. Thank Der Graf Shop for scoring 3 goals today. They're the ones that paid. They're the ones that paid for your beer.
See there, put that up and then put this one up. There we go. It's perfect. Perfect.
we missed a question here. Oh, Jackie's question.
Everyone's marrying Senko. That's the immature play. Older guys like us that know shit, we're not marrying Laura Senko. All right, we're not.
Yeah, she'd leave in like 8 months.
Dude, are you serious? Yeah, get the fuck out of here. You're setting yourself up for a major heartbreak, brother.
Can I answer?
You're gonna keep that going for your whole life? I don't think so. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to say the answer to this is no. And I'm going to say the answer to this is no because Pepe gets super creative. Like, he knows that everybody's going to bet this. So I don't think he would bet round 2 here because it doesn't pay enough. But I could see him absolutely doing like a Cavalcanti round 2 sub or something. I'm sure Pepe will tell us if he has some crazy long shot play here. My favorite long shot was the Bobby Green Patty draw, which died a very fast death. It didn't really look like it was covering the 8,000.
Normally, I mean, I don't care. It's our channel. I just like how this sentence ends with "me think." That makes the whole sentence great. This is also true. Does anybody put this in the chat? Does anybody like those with the bow on the front? Are you guys a fan of that? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Yeah, I don't know about those bows, man. There we go. Steve, he's making the -300 play here. Mary and Laura Senko.
So Steve's chalk. Steve's playing chalk.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't see Contender. I don't know who that. I mean, I don't know who you're talking about.
I assume Justin's talking about Gustafson.
Oh, that sounds about right.
And he did kind of look like Johnny Sins now that he's saying it. Not that I know who that is, but he did look like him a bit. Yeah, and like, what if you're Jewish? Shouldn't you have like 8 candles or some shit? Like, what are we doing here?
That's probably a fire hazard, I think, to be completely honest.
Minty plus Kevin Oh, get out of here, man. All right, I guess that's. I don't know. Moyes always knows this weird shit. Moyes is very.
I don't even know what that means.
Can we talk about just real quick? We talk about Steve Garcia against Kyle Nelson.
Oh,
like
when is that?
All the stuff in chat, but I have a boner from the Steve Garcia Kyle Nelson fight.
When is that fight?
2 weeks.
Let me go to that card.
On the Brady Burns card, man.
Let me bring that card.
That main card 2 weeks is like fire. That's a great. Like
Brady
even the Schnell Costa fight's like going to be fun.
Schnell Costa. Ooh, I like Silva Andrade, to be honest. Yanal Ashmuz. I was just thinking about him. You can't spell Yanal without anal. Nelson Garcia, Lima, and Dos Santos is going to be fucking good. Dogarian should smash that guy. So all right, the prelims aren't great, but
can I answer how Kyle Nelson wins this?
Yes.
Because I'm telling you right now, I have this weird feeling that this is the fight that goes over 1.5 rounds with Steve Garcia.
Really?
I feel like Kyle Nelson's just one of these dudes that like he's going to somehow just stay out of trouble for the first 5 minutes of this fight. And he may even force Garcia to like go for a takedown. Nelson's one of these dudes, man. He's making the most of like, I honestly think this fight goes over 1.5 and we're going to get a decent number on it. I think so.
What happened to him in his last 3 fights?
He's just getting better. Like, look, we talked about Chepe.
But like, why now?
Aguilar. Nelson's just finding ways to weirdly win these fights. Like, and now like the Algeo win obviously looks a little worse. It hasn't aged as well because of the Choi loss. But like, who's the other guy? Padilla? Like Nelson's just finding weird ways to like you know what he is? He's almost like White Magny.
So my question is he improving or is he just not getting lucky, but finding ways to exploit fighters that are very like how long can this go from Nelson? I guess is what I'm saying, because I'm very kind of blown away. I'm blown away by this. To be honest,
they will never talk about GSP ever again in Canadian MMA lore. Once Kyle Nelson has written his last chapter. I
mean, you don't have to convince me to root for a bald bearded guy. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta give a guy like him credit. Oh my God. Well, so that would be.
Oh Jesus.
So how are you thinking? You thinking Garcia 10-8 in the first and Nelson survives?
You would have to be, right? He gets knocked down twice.
it's not like Nelson plays to the person's weakness. Like the Padilla fight, he just outstruck him. Like it's like I'm thinking of the right. It was Padilla, right? I don't know, man. I'm confused and everything. I'm burnt out. He like outstruck him in the third round. Like he didn't try to grapple. He's just like, I'm just gonna outstrike the guy who strikes. Like
Padilla. Yeah, you're right. It's Fernando.
The book on Algio is like, this guy can be taken down a lot. Nelson's like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Like, I mean, it's like he doesn't take the path. So against Garcia, what's he gonna do? He's probably just gonna stand and trade with him. And like, look, could Garcia just bonk him immediately? Of course, it's Steve Garcia, and like,
right.
But like, if it gets extended, is Kyle Nelson just gonna do Kyle Nelson shit and like win like a weird?
What is Kyle Nelson shit before the Doo Ho Choi draw? Well, before the Blake Builder win, he had one win in the UFC. He took L's to Fajeda, Sales, Corntillo, and Herbert. He only beat Polo Reyes, and he drew against Doo Ho Choi and Builder and Padilla. And I don't know if this coincides with No More USADA. I have no idea, but he's looked like a completely different guy. Like surprisingly good.
I wonder what Canadian steroids look like. Is it like just
I don't know. Like they put it in the poutine or some shit.
Yeah, we gotta ask Gordo. I mean, if anybody knows anything about steroids, it's Gordo.
I wasn't surprised he beat Builder, but I was rather surprised in the way that he beat Padilla. And I know Padilla's a young guy, still got a lot to learn, but I was impressed with Padilla.
Right in the maple syrup.
Right, yeah, exactly. I was impressed with Padilla, and Nelson made him look unimpressive for sure. But yeah, that card's going to be good. Yeah, I'm good on that. That card's going to be good. There's no fights next week, guys. We got a week off, so get your bets in. Don't go crazy this week, but play your spots that you like and enjoy the week off. I don't have any other content this week. We didn't do bankroll or bust because at the time of when we would usually record it, there were 10 fights, and there were like 9 fights that were on Bet Online. I think 7 of them, nothing was ready. So there's no bankroll or bust.
I assume it's because I did so well on the show last week.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Starting off season 2 with a bang, but we will have Couch Warrior back on as well.
Dude,
next.
He has more wins than I have like picks right in 2 appearances.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
He went like 43%. It was crazy.
Let Dogfather and I be like a team where we get to pick 8 fights and see if we can beat Couch Warrior.
Nice. I love it. It's set up like
just basically make it like quiz show where we're just stack the deck against Mike.
Exactly. He's like Ben Stein.
Okay, Mike, you only get 1 bet and you only get $50. These guys get $38,000, and he's gonna win. He's gonna keep winning. He'd be like, "Well, I'm gonna play round 3 sub." I'll tell you what. So I asked Sean because I like working with Sean. I'm only worked with him twice, and I asked him about doing a prop show again, and he even said he hasn't been the time for content. He really hadn't had a lot of time, but absolutely, he was like, "Absolutely, dude." He's like, "So if Sean and I can make it work, like I'm fucking here for it." Like
hell yeah.
Sean and I are kind of similar in the ball busting realm. By the way, Pepe, I will force him to wear his COVID mask if he comes on the show. Because I know that makes so many people mad when he wears his mask. Sean's funny, dude. He's like, he cracks me up all the time. But especially when he's like drinking Bud Light in front of John Kelly and he's like, "Yeah, it's for America, John." Like, it's America. That was like one of my that was a prop show. Like Pepe couldn't do it. Like something came up, and I'm like, I'm like, "Sean, do you want to do it?" And he's like, "I got an idea." And he like asked John Kelly, and I'm like, "Okay, dude." And I was like fucking hammered.
Right?
Yeah, I haven't been drinking on stream, dude. I don't know if the people have noticed. Probably wondering why the content's been so boring on my end. But like, I really haven't been drinking too much, like doing these shows. I mean, Monday, I'm never really drinking Mondays anyway. And then I don't know. I just haven't been like tying them on Thursdays, dude. I have like 2 beers and I fall asleep. Fucking old at this point.
It's tough.
Anyway.
All right.
I got nothing to promote. We'll see. We'll see it. I'll see you in a week and a half for an all new Fight Factor with the Dogfather, where he can tell me how stupid my Garcia play is.
There we go. Love it. Well, yeah, I got nothing else. As usual, we want all of you to enjoy the fight. So enjoy, and we will see you in the next one.